All right, it's about a week later, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at the work of the concrete and see how it cured. As you can see, it looks great, man. It's about almost the same color, just a little newer. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with it, you know. You can see how it rolls down the bottom there and meets real nice on this sidewalk. So here's a look. You can see one of them is loose. This one right there on the left, it came loose because of when I put in the studs there. You know, they had pressure on them. But right there, we're going to cut to match. And what we'll probably do is do a 2x8. So that span we could match, but I'll probably just cut maybe both to a 2x8. We'll just see. Whatever's easier or quicker, that's what I'll do. And it's going to be a lot of flashing. So here's a look at that other one too. Also, it's all cured up, completely fine, fully, you know, almost fully cured. So you can see by that color. But we'll go ahead and get into the next clip. You can see it's real nice this day. The wind's crazy. That's also why we're doing this voiceover. But yeah, the wind's crazy this day. And I'm just taking a peek at it. And then we're going to get into some work the next day. And it's just a little bit of work. So I'm going to piece it all together. It's so tight because this thing's so on the go compared to my phone. Also, I have access to my phone. So anyways, we're going to just unscrew it here. We got our drill. Oh, there we go. So I'll do that and then we'll get a clip of it in a second here. Okay, we got it open back up. We'll take that down. We freed up those down below. That plywood's off. So I'll go ahead and take that one out next. We'll bring those down and then yeah, we can get in and out through my door. And we still got to do door guts, but we'll get there when we get there. Okay, so where are we at, you might ask? We got it good, fam. Now we can get through. It's all open. Those are out, so I'm gonna fill those next, those holes with plywood, and then we'll put like some sort of backer on it, and then we'll worry about the rest when we get up there. So we'll see. I might have to take out that whole little rectangle right there, but we'll see, and just do a full piece and cut it back. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna try to just do it the quickest, easiest way. Then we'll take care of this next. So we'll worry about that first. Okay, it might be hard to tell, but there's the plywood right there. It's just a little strip, 2-inch strip, 11.5 inches long. I just put it up, traced it. It's put up from the inside. It's just got one screw in it. So I'll go ahead and trim it off, and then we're gonna do the same over there, and then I'm gonna show you how we're gonna make the siding fly and work. Okay, what am I up to, you might ask? Where am I at? Well, I'll go ahead and show you. So there we are behind us. You can see that square up there. That's the first one we got in. We got it nice and taut. The next one I lined up with the check over here. It lined up pretty good. Anyways, so I went and just drawled on this one, and I've already started cutting it out. I cut out some, so I got one more cut there, and I guess like a cut right there. So I'll cut it. I screw them together before time, like over there. I screwed them together before time. I just shot screws that way because the 3/4 inch ones wouldn't bite. These are 3/4 inch, but anyway, so I'll do that. I'll get a clip of it after. And then of course I had to tap it in with a hammer because it was a tight fit. So I'll do that, and I'll show you the how I'm gonna do the outside, the cheat way, so we don't have to take all this siding off and buy more siding and whatnot. So that's that. Let's keep going. My guy, what an upgrade this is, because I can keep listening to like whatever I want here on my like earbuds through my phone, my cellular device. But I still got, you know, access to my something to like record my vlogs and stuff, so I can document my work. But yeah, that's that. So the next phase is basically just tap it in with the old hammer. So what I'll do is I'm gonna go check it from the outside and make sure I like the way it's lined up. Then I'll just put a couple in there. Couple of these 3/4 inch ones so they don't poke out and push out that siding. That door does not get old opening it. See how light colored it is now out here? It's dried all the way for sure. It's a little bit darker on the inside, so. Oh yeah, I can already tell this is gonna be fun, fam. See, so that's what we're dealing with, and that's what we want right here. So yeah, I can live with that. This thing got popped out, but I'm not worried about that. This thing's gonna get pushed in a little bit, but I'll do that when the time comes. I'll just tap it a little bit back that way. And that's gonna be it. And then we're gonna slide some grace in there somehow. I got a way to do it. We might have to do it in like 2 pieces, but we'll definitely get some grace in that bad bitty. All right, I'll just show you guys real quick. So I went ahead and popped off a couple more pieces of siding. There they are. I can reset them. And I basically started off like this. I got it tucked below this one. And I'm gonna do the rest all the way down, and then I'll do a second row up here that I'm gonna try to get it up somewhere in here. And this goes past at least like that much. And I'll do the same over there, so I'll have to take out some of those nails, pry it up. Like this is pried up right now. You see that's in there. That's the only way that was going in. So yeah, I want to put emphasis on the fact that there were so many nails, and the way you do it is like you get it in the claw of the hammer, and then you kind of go sideways to like sneak it out past the siding, and then you kind of like pull it out that way. That way you don't damage the siding. But yeah, that's what a lot of the job was. Okay, y'all, it's the next day. We're gonna go ahead and get out there and start working. Yeah, we're doing a voiceover. It's so windy. But anyways, yeah, we're just getting started. I do take a dump run this day, and we go to the, local county landfill, and we drop off some trash. I don't get much of it, but I do get a clip or 2 from there. But yeah, we do the siding, and we get into some trim, flashing. You'll see. So that's what this episode is. Boy, is it beautiful out. It's spring here. The grass is green, man. Every day the grass gets greener in the fields and whatnot. So that is a great feeling. And yeah, we're gonna get to work. That's the zoom in. I don't know how I like the zoom in on this or not. We'll have to see, but that's where we're at. I might want to make it look like the right side where it overlaps the last row of siding. That's definitely what I'm gonna do. So I'll tuck it up under the top one. But anyways, that's what we'll do there. And I'll make it go all the way over and then tuck it into that one. And that's gonna be my best bet. We got decent lighting. Okay, so that's it. I don't know, it's probably hard to tell, but it slides past like maybe, 1.5 inches past all those siding rows. So, I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, and then it slides up probably, halfway to the next row. So I'll probably tape it. It doesn't necessarily need to be taped, but right up there on that corner, I might try to slide another little piece in, but overall this is pretty safe. So we can start putting on some siding rows. Heading to the weigh station. Okay, this thing was brimmed full of all kinds of C&D and all kinds of trash. Old furniture and some other random garbage, but we got it. We did it with jumper cables, those cables over there. We hook it to the battery to the truck because it's dead from the winter. And yeah, man, this thing's a tank. This thing's coming up on, I think it's at least 20 years old. But yeah, so I had to do the dump run, then we'll get back to the siding. Okay, so we got that first row up there. I know it's in there real shitty, but anyways, we're gonna secure more in it, but that's it for now. This goes there because it's a straight seam. You're really not supposed to do that. You're really supposed to make it staggered. But we're gonna leave it, and then yeah, we're gonna put these, and that's gonna, if any water got through, it won't go through to a splice, because if this wasn't here, it's just a wide open splice. So if water you get what I'm saying? So anyways, we'll do that all the way up. I feel like such an idiot. I was getting down like this and then I slipped because it went from 2 to 1. I never slip on ladders, dude. That's like crazy. Well, I mean, I just slipped 1 step down, but when I did, I dropped the drill and it went boom right in the back of my lumpy big ass head. So that didn't feel good. Luckily, it wasn't the bit. It was like the flat side of it, dude, but it still hurt because it was like the clip. It was this clip. So yeah, I gotta slow down. I forget I've only worked like 20 minutes on it, but I got another one up, so now we're gonna put one in there. I got it marked. I did measure, but instead of that, I like to go up with it and stencil it right in place. That's like key. That's like, that's the way to do it. Yeah, I'm messing around with the zoom here, seeing how it works. It's pretty much just a zoom in and a zoom out button. I do the same over here. Listen to Soft White Underbelly today. Decent little segment. So we got another piece in. So it looks like we got 4 more pieces. The way I'm doing it, I'm just staggering it. So then we'll caulk it and maybe prime it. Who knows? I gotta put another metal tab on the far right side there, so I'll cut one up. Okay, we are up close and personal. So we're gonna measure for that little piece, and again, we'll put another metal piece there. And that way if the water, look, so if the water goes down, it's not just gonna go down this big crack. It's gonna have, it's basically like it's step flashed more or less. But anyways, the water is forced to run down this overlap thing I've made, slide if you will. So it'll be safe more or less. Over here it's staggered and we'll caulk it. Look, this is coming up on 30-year-old siding on this wall in particular. The rest of the house is new, but that's for a different story. And yep, it's gapey, that's okay. We'll caulk it and everything's fine, man. So it won't leak. We're almost there. I'll measure for this, maybe right with you guys on the sesh, so you can see what I'm tying into. So look at that, 6 3/4 I'll go, and then I'll come up and stencil it. And I might try to make a better cut here. That's the shittiest cut. Okay, so right there, that one up there, that last piece I put in, first of course we put the step flash. That's the white you see poking up. It goes over a good, you know, that far at least. Again, it's the same concept as step flashing, like if a roof meets a wall or something, or a dormer. It's kind of the same, well, it is pretty much the same concept, except it doesn't roll up the object still for the flat part. So that's that. Anyways, this fit in, I tapped it in with a hammer and then it smushed in place. It didn't fit without that. Nail there, nail there. Nail's going at an angle and it hits the stud that's right here. No stud here, but it is what it is. So like I said, we're gonna get another one here. One more piece, another step flash, and that's it. Another step flash, I'm saying, and that's it. So we'll do that. Then we'll get the caulk out and maybe even some primer. And then we're gonna go over there and button that up. Next will be down here. We gotta neaten this up. I gotta see what I wanna do. I'll probably end up popping this out and doing a fresh row. And then we'll slide up flashing first. So it's gonna be a lot of flashing. There's gonna be a flashing here, the board, then another flashing, meeting the siding to this. And yeah, so anyways, let's get going. Okay, real fast, I just wanted to give you guys that quick peep of the white flashing. It's at least, you know, to there, and it goes up at least to like there. So now obviously you can see, so if rain gets through the crack, even though I'm going to caulk it, it goes down to metal, and then more metal and more metal until it goes back to the normal siding that is safe because it's done properly. So that's just one way to do a tie-in. It's not the best way, it might not be the right way, but it's just a way, and it's not going to leak. So over here we'll caulk it. That's just another look. I got the siding, I'm going to put it up and we'll get the last two pieces. So that's it. This is our top row. We got a nail there and a nail there so far. Of course, remember we had the flashing there. That went up that way. So that they'll get sealed, they'll get caulked, maybe even with a tar first. I don't know yet, but we're gonna measure for this one real quick while I got you guys here. Look at that, bummer, that lined it up on the nail. So I'm gonna caulk that probably before I even install the last piece of siding. We might have to neaten that one up, but I might be able to get away with it with tracing on that side, because all I do is just make it fit that curved line. That's all I do. So anyways, we're at 9 and almost 3/4. I might go, let's see, I'll go 9 3/4, cut off the line, and then I'll bring it up and scribe it to that okay, that's what we got. I'm gonna go run and get siding. I'll double check. I might be able to add a nail here or something. I don't know. We might put one there, but I'll double check everything. I think maybe I can add some, I don't know, like here, because I don't like when they do that. But and I might slide in some metal, but I'm gonna go look for some like heavy duty sealant that's like you know, $11 to like $13 tube, versus just the like shitty cheap white painter's caulk. I want something like real heavy duty. All right, I'm gonna talk about this. This is more so for me, but I'm gonna do, so I got the layout for this. So we're gonna scribe it right there, scribe it right there, and then all the way down, because this is too small. And then that's all gotta get cut first. Then we'll put in a stick of flashing on each side, and it needs to roll up over the top on each corner. Then a piece of flashing that's gonna be like a drip edge over that metal and over that trim piece of the actual door. Then we need a top board that goes all the way out to the end there. And then we're not going to do 45s and so it's like maximizes its safety. So there'll be that flashing and then that board that goes all the way to there. Then the board's going to go here, but first another piece of flashing on this right here. So it's going to be, let's see, how would it be flashed? Oh, okay, it's going to tuck under and then roll up, and then I guess probably roll that way again. It'll just ever slightly. And then the trim can go in, and of course this will get cut all the way down. and then cut, and then yeah, that board will go in, and of course 2 pieces of flashing on each side, this side and that side. And that's the layout. I'll go ahead and finish that up there real quick. Okay, so it's caulk. We use that. I use construction adhesive. And so anyways, that one's not as neat as this one. I found the wet rag, the real wet rag right here. I got this one I did, and I guess I'll do a little bit there. And I did that a little bit. So it'll get primed after it dries. It says a half hour. I'll probably leave it up for a day to fully dry, then prime it, then paint it. And when I paint it, I'll probably spray this whole wall. That's nothing. So, but I wanted to say I dropped this caulk gun and it broke the end of it. So anyways, I wrap it in a wet rag and put it in there, and that way it won't harden up because I can use it and it'll sit good in that water. It'll sit good for a long time. If you're gonna leave water and you want to leave it for a couple weeks, just throw in a little vinegar, a little bleach, maybe even a touch of soap, or just the first 2, and it won't like go nasty. Okay, you probably can barely see it, but we got a line scribed up it all the way. We got one scribed that way. I got a measurement in between the 2 lines. We're gonna cut it. It's 53 inches. We're gonna get that up there, then scribe that board out, and we'll see, do we want to cut it or what do we want to do? So let's get with that, and then I'll show you the next phase. Okay, so I just put that 2x up, that's 53 inches, and I just scribed the line. It's not perfectly level, but it's very close. It's still within the lines. This line's level, so that's not gonna matter. So I'm gonna cut it. I think I can leave this board here, and then afterwards we'll measure for the flashing, and the flashing will get slid way up past it. And so it'll be safe. So we'll get away with not having to take out this entire board. We won't have to take this whole board out. So that's sweet. So anyways, we got it all scribed up right there. It's just those couple. It's just like 2 or 3. And that's it. So I can cut it, and then after that we'll measure for the flashing. Okay, so I scored it. I'm doing the corner now with the ice oscillating tool because I want that nice crisp corner. So I already hit this one. Boom. So nice and crisp. See, that sucks. This paper got cut, so I'm gonna do more grace all the way up, all the way to the bottom, maybe even rolled. I don't know yet. Probably actually will get rolled. Then I'll probably put this over it again. So this will, I'm gonna peel it, and I'll tell you why I like this, so that way it actually sticks to the plywood. So yeah, it's cut. So anyways, we'll neaten up this corner. I gotta do the same thing with the ice oscillating tool. Then we'll start working with more grace. That's that, fam. I love that nice crisp corner. All right, so these were left over from like a different project. I'm gonna cut them. This is 96 inches, the one the board's sitting on. We're gonna do 3 1/4 over. So I'll make a mark, and then trace that. All right, I went ahead and just ran it again. I'm at 28%, but since I had the factory edge, I didn't wanna, after I cut it, I would've lost it. So I went and measured 6 1/2, because I need 2, 1 for each side. So there's that. So we got the 2 lines. And I'll go ahead and cut it. Okay, there's our first strip. So we cut that off of it. Now we just gotta cut it and we'll have our perfectly 2. So So I'll go ahead and do that now. Okay, there we go. So they're all cut up. So I'll go ahead and get them set up to be bent for the next stage. Okay, I got lucky on that one. I just used the plywood, and it's a little over crimped, but I'm not worried about it because it's going to get bent down, and it's also going to get trimmed off part of it. So it's 55 or 6 inches, I believe. So we'll go ahead and go set that now. Okay, so that's what we got. I just used what was down there, so it's actually like 2 rows of it, as if it was like shingles, you know, where it's got the overlap. But that's what we got for tonight. I'll probably end up cutting where it curls over the actual door. I'll end up cutting it so it's neater looking, but that's cool for now. Once I get the board back up there, I gotta scribe out a little more on it and cut it. So I'll do that when I come back.